Discover the untold history and hidden secrets of the .45 ACP. From its battlefield origins to its surprising evolutions, this legendary cartridge has more stories than you might think. Find out why it almost became a revolver round, how it powered the iconic Tommy gun, and the unexpected twists that shaped its legacy. If you think you know everything about the .45 ACP, think again. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're pulling back the curtain on one of the most legendary cartridges in American firearms, the .45 ACP. And trust me, what we're about to uncover is going to blow your mind. The real origins, more than just a cartridge. Picture the early 1900s. The United States was wrestling with a serious problem. The standard issue .38 caliber revolvers were proving inadequate in real-world combat situations. Soldiers in the Philippines were facing off against determined Moro warriors who seemed almost impervious to smaller caliber rounds. This wasn't just a technical challenge, it was a matter of life and death. Military leaders needed a round that could stop a determined opponent quickly and decisively. Enter John Moses Browning, the Leonardo da Vinci of firearms design. The standard issue .38 caliber revolvers were practically useless. These warriors would continue fighting even after multiple hits. It was a nightmare scenario that exposed a critical flaw in military ammunition design. Soldiers reported shooting Moro warriors multiple times, only to find them continuing to charge with remarkable determination. The technological context of late 19th century warfare. To truly understand the .45 ACP, we need to look at the technological landscape of late 19th century warfare. This was an era of rapid technological change. The transition from black powder to smokeless powder had revolutionized firearms design. Militaries worldwide were rethinking their approach to small arms and ammunition. In the United States, the Spanish-American War and subsequent Philippine-American War had revealed critical weaknesses in existing military firearms. The .38 long Colt, which was the standard military sidearm at the time, became infamous for its lack of stopping power. Stories circulated of soldiers having to empty entire cylinders into charging opponents with little effect. John Browning, the genius behind the cartridge. Enter John Moses Browning, the Leonardo da Vinci of firearms design. Browning wasn't just an engineer, he was a visionary who understood that a cartridge needed to do more than just punch a hole. It needed to neutralize a threat instantly. Browning's approach was revolutionary. He didn't just design firearms, he designed entire systems of interaction between weapon, ammunition, and user. The .45 ACP was more than a cartridge. It was a solution to a complex problem of human conflict and ballistic performance. The technical evolution, from concept to reality. The development of the .45 ACP wasn't an overnight process. It was the result of years of careful engineering and real-world testing. Browning began experimenting with larger caliber designs, understanding that energy transfer was key to stopping power. Let's break down the technical specifications that made the .45 ACP unique. Bullet diameter, .451 inches. Typical bullet weight, 230 grains. Muzzle velocity, approximately 850 feet per second. Muzzle energy, around 370 foot-pounds. Myth number 1, bigger bullet equals guaranteed stopping power. Let's get real. The .45 ACP isn't some magical death ray. Its effectiveness comes from a carefully engineered balance of weight, velocity, and design. It's not about how big the bullet is, it's about how it performs under real-world conditions. The deeper ballistic science. Modern ballistic research has revealed fascinating insights into why the .45 ACP became so effective. It's all about energy transfer and wound cavity creation. The heavy, slow-moving bullet creates a more significant permanent wound cavity compared to faster, lighter rounds. Think of it like a punch versus a slice. A 9mm is like a quick, sharp knife strike. The .45 ACP It's more like a heavyweight boxer delivering a knockout blow. The difference is in how energy is transferred to the target. The Tommy gun connection, from military to pop culture. Here's a wild piece of history most people don't know. The .45 ACP found its pop culture fame through the Thompson submachine gun. But get this, it wasn't originally designed for gangster movies. The military saw its potential as a close-quarters combat weapon. The military adoption story. When the U.S. military was looking for a new automatic pistol, they conducted extensive trials. The famous 1911 pistol, chambered in .45 ACP, wasn't just selected, it was demanded. The trials were brutal. Pistols were subjected to dust, mud, extreme conditions. The .45 ACP and the 1911 platform proved incredibly reliable. A global perspective beyond American borders. While the .45 ACP is quintessentially American, its influence spread globally. Various militaries and law enforcement agencies adopted the cartridge and its associated firearms. From World War I to Vietnam, the .45 ACP saw action across multiple continents. Modern evolution and current applications. Despite what some might think, the .45 ACP isn't some relic. Modern defensive loads have transformed this cartridge. Advances in bullet design mean today's .45 ACP is nothing like what left the factory a century ago. Modern defensive ammunition. Contemporary hollow point designs have dramatically improved the .45 ACP's performance. Manufacturers like Federal, Hornady, and Winchester have developed loads that expand reliably, create significant wound channels, and maintain excellent terminal ballistics. Myth number 2. It was always meant to be a pistol round. The origin story is wilder than most people realize. John Browning was essentially a mad scientist of firearms design, constantly experimenting and reimagining possibilities. Did you know the cartridge went through multiple iterations? Early designs considered everything from revolver configurations to semi-automatic platforms that would make modern engineers scratch their heads. Key developmental milestones. 1904. U.S. Army trials begin looking for a new service cartridge. 1905. Colt Browning model. 1905. Prototype emerges. 1911. The legendary M. 1911 pistol is officially adopted. Browning wasn't just designing a cartridge, he was solving a complex military problem that required revolutionary thinking. Myth number 3. The .45 ACP is obsolete in modern self-defense. Let's tackle a controversial claim head-on. Some so-called experts argue that the .45 ACP is a relic, completely outclassed by modern 9mm defensive ammunition. But here's the truth that'll make those keyboard warriors squirm. Modern .45 ACP defensive loads have evolved dramatically. We're talking about cutting-edge bullet design that completely transforms the cartridge's performance. Manufacturers like Federal Premium and Hornady have developed hollow point technologies that address the .45 ACP's historical limitations. Take their critical defense line, for example. These rounds offer consistent expansion, reliable penetration, and incredible terminal performance. They've essentially solved the old complaints about the .45 ACP's effectiveness. It's not about raw power anymore, it's about intelligent design. Sure, 9mm might give you more capacity, but when it comes to stopping power and energy transfer, the .45 ACP still has a trump card. It's like comparing a precision scalpel to a surgeon's hammer. Sometimes you need that massive impact. Myth number 4. All .45 ACP rounds are the same. Here's a myth that drives serious shooters crazy. Not all .45 ACP rounds are created equal. In fact, the difference between various loads is night and day. Let's break it down. Ball ammunition, your basic full metal jacket rounds. Great for target practice, but not ideal for self-defense. Hollow point defensive loads, designed to expand and create massive wound channels. Plus, P variants, higher pressure rounds with increased velocity and energy. Subsonic loads, perfect for suppressed firearms with reduced noise signature. Each of these is a completely different animal. A competition shooter, a home defender, and a military operator might choose entirely different .45 ACP loads based on their specific needs. Myth 5. The .45 ACP can't be accurate. Last myth, and this one's going to ruffle some feathers. Some people claim the .45 ACP is inherently inaccurate. Total nonsense. In the right platform, with the right ammunition and a skilled shooter, the .45 ACP can be incredibly precise. We're talking tight groupings at 25 yards that'll make precision rifle enthusiasts do a double take. The key? Understanding your firearm, selecting the right ammunition, and, most importantly, training. The .45 ACP isn't just a brute force cartridge. It's a precision instrument in the hands of someone who knows what they're doing. Competitive shooters have been proving this point for decades. Precision isn't about caliber, it's about skill, setup, and understanding your equipment. Comparative analysis, .45 ACP versus modern alternatives. While we celebrate the .45 ACP, we also need to be honest about modern alternatives. 9mm, higher capacity, lower recoil, improved modern ammunition, 10mm, more powerful, longer range. 40 S&W, a compromise between 9mm and .45 ACP. Each cartridge has its strengths, and the .45 ACP continues to hold its ground. Pros and cons, the real talk. Let's break down the .45 ACP without any fanboy glasses. Pros: excellent stopping power at close ranges. Low velocity means less over-penetration. Proven track record in military and law enforcement. Excellent performance in single-stack 1911 platforms. Effective in scenarios requiring maximum energy transfer. Psychological impact of a larger caliber. Cons: heavier recoil compared to 9mm, lower capacity in most firearms, more expensive ammunition, less magazine capacity due to cartridge size, slower follow-up shots, limited effectiveness at longer ranges. Metallurgy and ammunition evolution. Modern .45 ACP ammunition is a marvel of engineering that goes far beyond simple lead and brass. Material innovation timeline: early 20th century, simple lead core, copper jacket. Mid-century, introduction of more complex jacket designs. Modern era, sophisticated metallurgical approaches. The global impact: .45 ACP beyond America. International adoption and adaptation. The .45 ACP isn't just an American story, it's a global narrative of firearms development. Military and law enforcement global usage. Notable international adopters. Philippines, long-standing connection due to military history, continued use in specialized units. Argentina, significant adoption of .45 ACP platforms, unique local firearms developments. Various European special forces, selective adoption in specialized units, unique adaptation strategies. The competitive shooting revolution. The .45 ACP has found a second life in competitive shooting circuits worldwide. Competitive shooting disciplines. International Practical Shooting Confederation, Steel Challenge, various local and national competitions. Competitive shooting innovations. Custom-tuned firearms, specialized ammunition loads, advanced shooting techniques. The economic impact of .45 ACP. A market analysis. Beyond ballistics and history, the .45 ACP represents a significant economic ecosystem. Market valuation. Economic breakdown, ammunition manufacturing, firearms production, aftermarket parts and accessories, competitive shooting industry. Collector's market. Rare .45 ACP firearms. Valuation. Vintage military firearms. Limited production models. Historical significance factors. Future horizons. The next chapter. Technological frontiers. The .45 ACP continues to evolve, with emerging technologies promising exciting developments. Potential future developments. Advanced materials, smart ammunition concepts, integrated electronics, improved ballistic performance. Sustainability and innovation. The firearms industry is changing, and the .45 ACP is adapting. Environmentally conscious manufacturing, advanced recycling techniques, reduced environmental impact designs. Cultural impact and legacy. The .45 ACP is more than a cartridge. It's a piece of American cultural history. It represents an era of innovation, problem-solving, and engineering excellence. From military service to Hollywood movies, this cartridge has become a symbol of American firearms design. Before we wrap up, we've got a challenge for you. Drop a comment below. What's the most interesting .45 ACP fact you know? Let's see who really knows their stuff. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We've got more firearms history coming your way. Stay curious, stay safe, and keep learning.